Ben Affleck's new movie is called The Town, and it takes place in a suburb of Boston named Charlestown. And Charlestown is known for a culture of bank robbing and also armored car robbing. This has been happening generation after generation, and Ben Affleck's character's name is Doug McCrae. His father was a bank robber, and now Ben Affleck is caught up in this bank robbing culture. And the movie really stuck with me for a while after I saw it. I think it stuck with me for two reasons. One, it was incredibly violent. Guns shooting off everywhere, bank robbing. It's a very dramatic movie. But it also stuck with me because it lends itself quite easily to a mimetic interpretation. So mimetic theory claims that we do not form our own identities within us. We don't have that kind of power, but rather we're formed by the culture around us. And so the main character, Ben Affleck's character, is formed by his culture, the culture that he grows up in, and he can't really see a way out of this. Also, what mimetic theory claims is that we can see this bank robbing culture as a sacrificial culture. And what mimetic theory claims by that is that you can use violence to justify your own means. So this violence of bank robbing and of killing people is justified in order to make a living. And this is the culture that Ben Affleck's character, Doug McCrae, is caught up in. And he's able to find his way out, but he's not able to find his way out by himself, by somewhere looking inside of himself, but he finds this in another. And he finds this in actually one of the victims that he makes. He and a couple of his buddies are off on a bank robbing heist, and they end up kidnapping the bank manager at this robbery. And they kidnap her because one of Affleck's buddies thinks that she knows something about them and that she can give them up to the FBI. And so they kidnap her and take her away, and they end up letting her go, but Ben Affleck's buddy still thinks that she knows something about him. And so Ben Affleck's character, Doug McCrae, goes out and follows her around and ends up building a relationship with her. Well, Doug McCrae ends up falling in love with this bank manager, and he's confronted, as he's falling in love with her, he's confronted with his own violence. So somebody outside of this culture of violence confronts him with his own violence, and he's able to have this conversion experience away from this sacrificial violence, this sacrificial culture, and into a life of peace. That's where the movie ends, and it's fascinating how he gets from this point of violence and is able to have this conversion experience by the victim that he makes confronting him with his own violence, and he's now able to see her humanity, and then this transformation or conversion that happens by the end of the movie. So I think that this movie has a lot to teach us about what it means to be human, and I think it's very violent, but it's worth seeing.